retaliated because I went too far and I pushed too far, and that's the way it is. That's the mafioso, the Cuban mafioso. They're moving in, and they won't admit their wrongdoing. They won't admit that half the population are infected with AIDS in the Latin population, not just the Cubans, but men and women, straight women, hetero Latins, they're all infected. You see the ads on TV now for HIV drugs, how to get cured. You'll see it starting at 9 in the morning, 8 in the morning. You'll see it, Tarvy, all these antivirals, and it goes on and on, prime time, right through and it's directed at Dade County and Broward. That's the highest infection. And Care Resources is the only game in town for support, moral support, health support, and that's a criminal enterprise run by one of the top criminal enterprises, the Health Crisis Network. Which I had arguments with 30 years ago for them doing dipshit crap to people and not handing out information and no condom handout. No, I'm telling you, it's the same. Rick Siclari is his name, and they hate to admit it, but you know they want me dead. And Klinger, my doctor Klinger, she's working for them, and that's her bottom line. It's all about money, turnover. You know.
I know. I work from home now.
Yeah.
You brought the little devil out.
Yeah. So that's it in a nutshell. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna use this to see if I get you some help because the last videos you put up of you getting evicted.
You know, I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen YouTube?
2 minutes of the first reel.
No, it's like 45 minutes.
I
Like
know,
you got like
and
3
I
of them.
watched 2 minutes of the first reel.
Go there, and you know my channel. Go to my channel and check it out.
I'm
Yeah.
do
The
it.
last
And
time you
I'm
got some
gonna
great
get
views.
Patrick to help me with the iPad because I have an iPad I haven't been able to use because I don't have one clue how to use it.
Right.
I've had it for 2 years now almost, and well, but I'm finally getting to know how
Just
to use
YouTube everything.
Yeah.
David, come on.
I know that's what everybody's telling me.
So you give me the consent to put this on?
Absolute.
Okay.
Have my
If I can help you, man, I can help you, bro.
Consent to do anything.
Because I know you can. Once people hear what you have to say, and
Yeah.
there's a lot of good
Yeah.
people out there who are probably in the same situation and feel kind of lost and need some
I know,
direction.
and that's who I feel sorry for.
Yeah,
you know?
so this
'Cause
right
I'm
here will
more
be a voice.
fortunate.
Yeah.
I'm a fortunate person because
You have a good community around you.
I have a community of people, my neighbors that I love, and people, and it's just I'm really fortunate. But I know there's people who are infected, probably old as me, as long as me, older, more not as fortunate as me, who need to know what the hell is going on in this place, and that it's run by a bunch of cowboys down at Care Resource and City Hall and right through the government with the Justice Department. You know, they don't care. They just don't kick you out on your ass if you're a sick person.
Do me a favor. Text me the names of the people that you mentioned so I could put it in the title so they could know. So, yeah. I got you, David, bro. You're a friend of mine. You know? I love you, bro. You're the voice, man. I need that shit. Oh, Gretel? Oh, my wife? Yeah, she's still here.
Oh.
Yeah, she's still here. No, she's disability right now because she went to the hospital for like a month and stuff. Yeah. So she's.
I remember meeting her when into your house sometime.
Yeah.
A year or so ago, and I said, "Oh my God, there's that beautiful face." Oh my God.
Yeah, she's fine. She's just taking it light right now. Gretel. Yeah, like the Hansel and Gretel. Gretel. Yeah.
Gretel.
Yeah. I gotta edit that out. That's her watching TV. I work from home, so I'm good. I'm not gonna edit it. I'm gonna leave it just the way it is. some more fucking noise, man. You gotta stand up for the people. You gotta stand up for the people who are not fucking, who are gonna come into the situation you are and lead by example. What else could they do to you? Yeah.
And when I first came here, I tried to speak with them.
Yeah.
They didn't want anything to do with me and my big mouth. And for 30 years, I've been playing catch up with these people. And it's still run by the same criminal enterprise, that Italian guy from up the Henzar somewhere, Rick Sicari.
Rick Sicari?
He's still there, and he's still running it like a criminal operation. They don't want me in there because I'm bad news. And Klinger, my doctor, said, David, you burn bridges down here. I said, you tell me what bridges I'll burn. I'll burn more bridges. I already told her.
Do it.
I already did it. I said, you don't know that I can call CBS in Boston, Channel 4, CBS, Tiffany Network, and have them on this cost. And so yeah, I'm dealing with the insurance. They don't want to pay. I can't get Medicare because I don't have enough orders in my life in the States. Work. I already
I'm taping this so I can help you out.
Yeah.
Cause I'm gonna fucking post this
so
shit.
So Medicare says you don't have enough orders in your pass to get Medicare. You don't even have enough to get A and B, let alone Part C. So if you want that, you're going to have to pay. So I can't get Medicare at all. I can stick with the HMO, but the HMO won't cover my cancer radiation or chemo. They already told me. And HMO, forget it. Care Resource is supposed to pick up the slack. That's how they get federal funding through the Ryan White Care Act. They get millions every year.
The Ryan White Care Act?
And the only people who are getting served are the Cubans coming here with no insurance, no nothing. They're all HIV, and the straight population is getting more and more AIDS infection in Dade County.
Oh, Miami's number one.
That's exclusively. It's turning away from homos and
everybody's
whatever.
getting that shit.
And now it's the straight Latin population. They don't want to admit it, but I know. I've been around. I've been doing these testings for 30 plus years. I got shot at. I was locked up. Big time protesting all over England and Washington D.C. for these drugs. All those years to get friggin' antiviral. You see that every day on TV. You see it on primetime TV, and you see it
Information I have. Yeah, I got everything. I just gotta freaking do this.
No
yeah, hold on. Save that energy. I need that shit.
So I was a patsy, you know. They played me like a broken fiddle, you know.
So they use you.
Oh yeah, they promised me a grab bar for the shower.
Hold on. Don't say nothing.
No.
I need all this information. I'm posting this shit right now. Okay, so go ahead. So what happened with because you were the only patient there that was in what condition?
I was the only HOPWA client. That's the Housing Opportunities for People with AIDS through the HUD program in Washington. And they divvy out that all over the country for people like me.
Sit down, let's talk. Sit down.
It's a HUD program.
Sit down. Yeah, give me the whole spiel. I need to know.
Well, it started in 2013 with the state rep down in City Hall, Ferrero. He said, you need to come and look at this property. Everybody else from the social workers who were working with the housing said, oh yeah, they have this great building up on North Beach. So Barrero got me to come and look at this place. He said, oh yeah, you can have your garden out here, which I did. I had that for about I don't know how many years. From 2013 to 2015 at least, I had everything growing there. And then the Community Development Corporation were the people that started the construction on this and did the actual rehab to begin with. They were all caught with their pants down, robbing the place. Well, that was a big scandal. People got robbed.
Well, let's get back to that, but keep going.
But anyway, so the city proper, the City of Miami Beach Community Housing took over in 2015. That's when they targeted me. I didn't know they were targeting me, but I was the only person that could sign for HOPWA. So I signed HOPWA papers. They came to the door at the worst times and they shoved papers in front of me, you know.
So it's more of like duress, like then, yeah.
Well, they knew I was in duress. It's pretty obvious, you know. My health records are public, you know. Everything is public. I signed my life away when I got that HOPWA.
Did they advise you to get any legal counsel before signing
No, I
any
asked for that for 5 years. They never bothered to do it. Every time I spoke to the caseworker, the social worker, I said, look, I need legal representation at this moment. And this was back in 2015. And it went on for years till last fall. This past
So if
September.
there was, so you're saying if it wasn't for you being living there,
Well, that
they
a
won't
lot
be
of
able.
that work would not be done, or it would be done, but it would be done haphazard. They wouldn't have the air. They wouldn't have all the
So they needed you
washer
in
dryer.
order.
They needed someone who would be there. I was the I was the patsy. I was the one that had the Hopwa funds for the past 20 years.
Mm.
I've been on Hopwa. I never missed a payment. I was a good client for 20 years. You know, they have all my records. I got my FBI file. Everything's really, really scrutinized. But yeah, they and every time there was a lease signing, the yearly lease, there was an extra stack of papers. They knew I had vision problems. They knew all my medical conditions. You know, so they played me like a broken fiddle.
But did you ask for legal?
I asked for legal representation.
In writing? Did you write to them for the first after the first time, the second time?
I emailed and I texted.
Do you feel like you were taken advantage of?
Well, now in retrospect, I do think that is what happened. Yeah, yeah. So, you know.
Mm.
But I'm not retaliating in any
Yeah.
way.
But what do you need now, David? Like what?
I
what
need
are
the
you?
mayor of Miami Beach to send me a letter back after I wrote to him, explaining all this situation.
Who, Dan Gilbert? No, Dan
No,
Gilbert.
Dan Gilbert. Yeah, he's old Seymour Gilbert's son, who's
Well,
the
I
mayor.
don't see, yeah, Seymour Gilbert.
Well, he hasn't responded. I called his secretary. I said, "Is he going to respond to my letter?" I sent him a personal letter.
What was the letter about? Speak.
It was about the nerve that had to kick me out of there, to accuse me of being a rotten person.
And let people know exactly why and how all of this started. Because of what?
Well, it was because of finances.
And it's nothing to do about the Christmas decorations. That's when
Oh
everything sped
yeah,
up.
well that was just me being me. I needed to express myself.
And they call
because
it graffiti.
They called it graffiti. They called it vandalism, and I called it look a Christmas decoration. It was all on cardboard. It was all water based. There was nothing on there that would stick to the building. But they don't understand. Besides, every time I stepped out of my door, I was called Mary Cone, fag. You know,
Yeah.
every derogatory term for a homo that you could think of. And I used to, you know,
And who used to say that to you?
the whole crew. The whole crew.
The whole construction crew.
The whole, not the Jamaican guys on the wharf. They were the kindest, most polite, most beautiful people. The rest of them were all degenerates. Every day the staff would change because they'd pick up a new crew at Home Depot at 4 in the morning. Those are the people that they refused to pay. They stole their wages, and then the Labor Department, Bureau of Labor, had to fine them, and they had to post. They still posted on the window over there that they still constant harassment and threatened. I was threatened constantly, and they just couldn't. They didn't. They just wanted me out. They had done what they had to do. They got their funds. They got their building permits. They got everything else. I asked for a grab bar for the shower starting in 2015 through this Hopwa program.
Right.
I got nothing. I got nothing. They couldn't even go to Home Depot and get a $10 grab bar and have one of their flunkies install it.
So if you would have slipped and fall, it would have been their.
Well, it would have been their fault, but they
But did you request everything in writing? Was everything put down in paper?
I
or just
don't know.
or
There's so much in writing that I signed unnecessarily, probably without knowing what I signed because I couldn't read it fast enough. I was at a table with Nelson, one of the Nelson, I don't know his last, Martinez, and he rushed me through on a stack of papers, knowing that I had difficulty reading because of my eyesight.
Do you know his last name so you could like say?
Martinez.
Oh yeah, Martinez.
Yeah.
What's his first name?
Nelson, and
Nelson
then he
Martinez.
works for Marcela Rubio. Now she was in charge. She's the head honcho down there. Now she just didn't pay attention to any demands or any requests I had for grab bars or any handicap thing. They didn't even change the door after Irma hit. The door was hanging by one hinge for like, I don't know how, 2 years or something till they finally changed it. And it still didn't work. But I was so misled, mistreated, and just like given up for nothing. They couldn't wait to get rid of me. And then they got rid of me, destroyed my properties, sold everything. I don't know, they took it away in a moving van. I don't know what happened to half my things. You know, my paintings, other people's paintings, sculptures, everything, books, other historical documents, all that jazz. everything for the past 20 years. They stole. Well, plus things that I've had since childhood, painting equipment I've had since the age of 10 or 11 or 12, out the door, destroyed by rain, and that was it. That's the position I'm in today, is trying to fight back and have some recompense from the city. But the mayor has not responded. I sent letters to him, but no response. So hopefully one day I'll hear about what's happening, and I'll be able to have my say in court. You know, I
Yeah.
think the reason they retaliated is because I went to court. I made an injunction at the county courthouse, and they didn't expect that to happen. They thought I was just some flaky asshole. You know, so.
They don't know about
But
David
they
Williams.
didn't know that I got a big mouth, and I grew up in a family of prosecutors and police and public defenders. They don't know that I know all this shit. I'm an art student. That's all I do. I'm a teacher. I'm an art teacher. But I come from a family of hard-nosed lawyers, public defenders, crown prosecutors in Canada. Plus, in the U.S., my cousin